Hello, how's it going? How are you? Well, I'm sad. Hello, how's it going, man? How are you? What was that? My mate's just messaged me saying he's got a spare wood lathe. Oh, I'll read that in a minute. That'd be cool. I'll have to clear out my shed though. Where am I from? England. Which state am I from? I'm from a county, mate. I'm from West Sussex. We don't have states in England. We have counties. Right on the south coast. Well, I'll see you again. Hello, how are you? Pretty good, how are you? I'm not too bad. I'm just sitting here looking out the window watching the snow. Don't normally get snow down here. It's proper snowing, which I'm quite shocked with. The kids will be happy if it settles. I don't think it will though. Everything's soaking wet. We shall see how it goes. You still working on that spoon? What, this one? Yeah. Oh yes. But I do other things, you know. I'm a man of many projects. This is what I've been working on as well, and I've just realised the missus has got a tub of the pink stuff upstairs and you can use it on brass, so I'll be getting that down later and having a good go of it. But I've got an old blow lamp. Obviously it hasn't got the case on it. The case is soaking in vinegar, but because it's made out of steel and it's covered in rust. But this was that colour, and now it's starting to get its shine back, which would be really good. Once I got fixed it, it works. I've just got to clean it up now and reassemble it all, put the nozzle back in there, clean off the guts and all that, and it should be ready and good to go. I see. But yeah, not feeling too bad today. My gasifier didn't turn up, which I was a bit annoyed about, but it will. Apparently at 7:30 this evening, so I'll keep my eye out. And see if it's any good or not. Might do a video on it. Do a little video about it. I did do a video on how to make a bow drill and make a fire from friction, but I need to upload it, edit it and upload it, because I'm not very good at editing. That's my issue. It was crack-a-lack and twinkle toes. Not much, man. How's it going? How's it going? Hola, 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 bon dia. So looks like the Spanish hola. Looks like the Spanish hola. Yeah, not much, man. Not much. Just having a little carve. Twinkle toes. I haven't heard that saying for a dog's age, mate. You know, been a while. Oh, I've got tea in my beard. Look at that. Problem when you've got a big moustache. Oh, the snow's sort of settling. Not bad myself, mate. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. What time is it? I keep forgetting the time. What am I making? I'm making a spoon. Spoony. I normally, there he is. I normally make spoons like this. You know, like your kitchen spoons for stirring and put fancy handles on. But I'm going for something a bit more simpler with this one. It's the heartwood of an ash tree, so it's incredibly tough. You like spoons, don't you? Yeah, definitely. Lots do. Also, I like making wooden cups as well. Little wooden cup. Also, I like carving faces and things as well. Wood spirit. Also, I like carving walking sticks as well. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 7. And I also like making bows. This is a flat piece for a longbow. I'm halfway through making an arrow. I'm just waiting for it to stop raining or snowing as it is at the moment, so I can get outside and use this pine resin that I'm going to make into a pine pitch to stick a Neolithic arrowhead that I made onto an arrow shaft, and use my longbow that I made a couple of years ago, a year ago, whenever it was. And there's the arrow shaft. I made it out of a piece of hazel coppice, fire hardened and straightened and then sanded down. And the only thing I'm struggling with at the moment is feathers. 7 tons? No, just 7. I didn't put a quantification in there. Do you not remember that South Park episode where Cartman dresses up as a robot? When he's pretending to be a robot and he goes to Butters' house and Butters thinks he's got a real robot. And he takes him everywhere with him. Do you not remember that? And he asked the robot how much wood could a woodchuck chuck. That was his answer. Yes. Well, there we go then. Quite a funny episode. I don't actually find South Park that funny. As I got older, I don't really find it that funny anymore. I don't know if it's because the writing's gone downhill or what. I just don't. It doesn't amuse me that much. I mean, I used to love it when I was younger. Well, yeah, it's been around for a while now, hasn't it? My knife's blunted up again because of due to the nature of this hardwood that I'm using. This ash, this heartwood. And it's still snowing. Come on, settle. My kids would love a bit of a snowball fight. Do you sometimes feel bad for Butters? That is the whole point of Butters, isn't it? He's like very innocent, and you're meant to feel bad for him. That's what makes it funny. I think that's the whole point of Butters' character, you know. You're meant to think, oh, poor Butters, because he is very innocent and very nice, isn't he? And the rest of them are assholes. Do you remember the one with the tap dancing and he does the dance off or whatever it is? But yeah, I don't really find it that amusing anymore. Maybe I grew up and got boring. But we used to sit around my mate's computer watching the latest episode. Go around my mate's house. Then he turns into a yeah. My favourite one's the one where they save the whale from SeaWorld and sends it to the moon on a rocket. I think that's one of my favourite ones. Free Wheels Yak or whatever it's called in the episode. And the Mongolian one, actually. There's some good ones. But should really use a spoke shave on this handle. It's quite big. I'm trying to have to work out how long South Park's been around for. It's got to be a good few years now, hasn't it? It's got to be like 20 years old. More than that, isn't it? I don't know. Am I getting old? Let's ask Google. Christ. 1998. Is it possible to make a pan out of wood? Will it catch fire? Catch fire. You can cook. Well, you could probably boil water in it because the inside will only get to the boiling point of temperature of water. Same way a machine gun works. Machine gun jacket worked on the Vickers machine gun in World War One. The barrel never used to overheat because it would only get as hot as the water that was surrounding it. But I know people in Asia cooking bamboo. So technically, probably yeah, but it would only be like a one-use thing, and it depends on. You'd have to be very specific with what wood you used. But in theory, you could. But it's probably a bad idea. So that's a yeah and no answer to that question. Only one way to find out, I think, probably. Need a bigger knife for this. Yeah, it's one of those things you'd have to do. So in theory, you could do it. You could probably only get away with doing it once. But if you were boiling something, because the water would protect it from going awry, but it all depends. Now my missus reckons I should carve a spiral into this handle, but I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, I'll have to leave that as an open answer because it would have to be something I'd have to try. Could make quite an interesting video, to be fair. I bought a pan thinking if I'd never coating on it, I'm going to find out. Come off you later. Yeah, I use a lot of I use cast iron when I'm cooking. Cast iron skillets, cast iron wok, cast iron frying pans, cast iron Dutch ovens, you know, like the big cooking pots and stuff like that. I use a lot of cast when I'm cooking. I just find it easier to maintain, and if it does have an issue, you can just always take the carbon layer off of it and then re-season it in the oven, and it's perfect again. They last for generations. Those things do. You have to excuse me. I'm getting messages there. Yes. This is sending me pictures of the kids running around in the snow. Bless them. They're all absolutely soaked. Yeah, I'd suggest getting a cast iron pan. You can pick them up really cheap now. My mate's just sent me a message offering me a lathe, and if I can find somewhere to put it where it won't get wet, I'll be well up for having a lathe. Now, could I build something in the garden? Well, so just go online, mate. Go on Amazon. Just look up how to season them. I think I've taken too much off there. No, perfect. Yeah, go on Amazon, man. They do decent ones on there. They're good. Hey, all right, how's it going? Chronically Outdoors, how you doing? Finally caught up with a beardsman's stream. Wooded Beardsman's quite good actually, isn't he? He does quite a few videos. I used to watch him, but like me, I'll get bored of people on YouTube and I'll just move on to other people and then forget about them. And then months and months later, I'll go back and watch all their new videos and think, oh wow. What time are we on? What about wood in the microwave? I haven't got a clue, man. I know they microwave planks of wood in giant industrial-sized microwaves to force season them, to speed up the seasoning process. And it seems to be all right in there. I know some people who make spoons and deep fry them when they finish making them to get the oil into them. But I think that'd be one for the science people. I'll say about using the only person I get bored of is myself. I've got the attention span of like a glass of water, man. I'm terrible. I struggle, like a proper ADHD job here. I am. Yeah, say no PFA off-lays. I don't know what you mean, bud. Don't know what you mean, dude. Explain. ADHD. There's a bit of pine for my spoon. Awesome, man. Awesome. Like in plastics. I'll still. What was the original question? This is what I mean about my attention span. I do apologise, but I've lost it. Dried it on the radiator. Nice, man. You definitely know if it's going to crack if you're putting it on the radiator. Like this is pretty green still. This one. I'm quite surprised it hasn't destroyed. He speaks too soon. How far does that go down? They go down to there. I've heard pine was good, but yeah, it's good, man. If it's soft, it's fine. It is good for beginners. I wouldn't start carving it open, something like that. I don't know if you can't even see it. The lighting is terrible, but there's a crack there. No, my spoon. Just going to dunk it in a bucket of water. Going to leave it out in the snow overnight. It's not too bad. It only goes to there. So we won't have a huge issue. But I keep putting the heating on because it's Arctic in here, so it's not helping. I like microplastics going into food in the microwave. Oh right, yeah, you don't want to be. No, wood's. It depends what wood it is, though. You know what I mean. You wouldn't want to use like yew or something like that. That's being. Oh, needs to beat me with. I used to get the slipper when I was a kid, or a slap across the back of the legs when I was little. That's what my mum used to like dishing out. She grabbed me by my little arm like that, whack. My mum did hit me with a wooden spoon when I was about 18, really hard, because I was shouting at her. Did us good, yeah, 100% did us good. Learnt respect. Learnt not to mouth people off, otherwise you're not getting slapped, you know. You don't make that mistake too many times. My missus, her mum, used to be like a ninja with a flip-flop. Portuguese though, you know, so it's always with the flip-flop. Bless her, she passed away a couple of years back, but yeah, my missus said she could throw a flip-flop round the corner. Take you down like a hunter. Do you do streams often? I haven't caught one before. I do actually. I normally go live in the morning, sort of morning, early afternoon. I might go live later on. Took you 18 years to learn from that. Nah, well, yeah, maybe. You know what it's like when you're a teenager. And my mum was a bit slap happy. I'm 6'5", you see. My mum's quite short, and I was like, "Rah!" having a go at her, and she just went whack straight on top of my head. I was like, "Oh, what'd you do that for?" You know what I mean? Like, definitely put me in my place. No, I think what originally calmed me down was four geezers bearing down on me on the beach one night, smashing bottles over my head, breaking all my ribs and all that. I've got a knuckle dent in the top of my head. You won't be able to see it. I've got a knuckle dent here, a knuckle dent here, a knuckle dent here, and a crack down the side of my skull. And that taught me a few things. Still hurts when I chew. Why'd they do that? Because people are bad, man. Did you deserve it? No, I definitely didn't deserve it. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was just having a chat with some drunk blokes, and you know what it's like in England when people are drunk, and they just decided they were going to smash the life out of me. Generally don't get into trouble. I mean, the last fight I had was on a building site, and that was probably about 10 years ago now. Alright mate, how's it going? And I got into a fight with this big Romanian boxer. Did I retaliate? It's hard to retaliate when you've got four people punching and kicking you in the head and the ribs and smashing bottles in your face and stuff like that. It's quite hard to even pick your head up, so I've never been smoked. Well, I didn't deserve it. That's the thing. I mean, there's some, where I used to live, it's pretty rough. You get a slap for walking down the wrong road. What am I making today? I'm making a spoon. Just thinning the handle out so it fits in with the top of the spoon. But, yeah, I definitely didn't deserve that. Definitely didn't deserve that. Yeah, there's nasty people about trying to prove a point which they didn't need to prove. Lost a couple of teeth. Lost a few teeth when I had a bike accident as well. When I fell off my bike, I had to have face surgery, reconstructive face surgery. That was a little bit of a pickle. But when they x-rayed my head and done the old brain scan and all that, the old doctor said, you're incredibly lucky, you've got an extremely thick skull. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Sussex born, Sussex bred, strong in the arm and thick in the head. So yeah, scanned me up, stitched me up. I was awake when they put my eyebrow back on. That was funny. A tooth for a tooth. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just walking down the road, me and three of my mates, and I started chatting to these drunk blokes, pissed out of my head, and my mates were like, nah, just don't even bother talking to them. I had a bit of a chat with them. They did seem a bit off, and I just said, see you later. And I started jogging back towards my mates, and I turned around and one of them was behind me, and I was like, you alright, mate? And he just smashed me straight in the face. And I was like, what the fuck have I done wrong? He's like, nothing, but we're going to beat the fuck out of you. And I was like, fucking, so I started legging it. This other bloke got in front of me and fucking pushed me into a wall. And they were all on me like fucking nobody's business, just beating the fuck out of me. I managed to get up and walk off though, which I was quite shocked about, but I definitely took an absolute pasting. And yeah, it wasn't a good experience. I had like proper PTSD because of it when I was younger. I wouldn't go like in town and stuff like that. It was oh, excuse me, it was really bad. I just think to myself, I look back and feel sorry for myself being that young. I didn't even fight back, you know. It was a really bad experience for me. It ruled quite a vast majority of my early years until I got over it. When I started hod carrying and become a hod carrier, and then got incredibly strong and incredibly fit, and then I wasn't too scared anymore. You know, I was thinking if something happens like that again, I can either fight my way out of it or just leg it. You know, it was pretty fit, and then my old heart messed up. Now I can barely bloody walk down the road. Oh, it's proper snowing out there now. A what carrier? A hod carrier. I used to carry bricks for a living. Load out bricks. All day, every day. It was quality. I used to love my job. And then my heart decided to be an arsehole from the scaffold. That's rough, mate. I hope it is. Chewed up a few in my day. I'll have to go pick up some wood tomorrow. Planning on making a cutting board soon. But yeah, I've made cutting boards, man. I've got one in the shed at the moment that I'm making. I'll come on live tomorrow. I'll dig it out. It's a huge round ash log, and split it with metal splitting wedges into about that thick. And then I've got a plane, and I'm just planing it down. But it started to crack, so I'll put it back in the shed. Oiled where the crack was, and hopefully it'll dry out slower in the shed because it's a bit damp in there. So hopefully, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it won't affect it. But if it does end up cracking, I'll put some polymer. Do Tai Chi. I can't even. Well, I was actually brought up by a martial arts instructor. My dad's a 4th dan black belt in judo, does taekwondo, aikido, kickboxing. I think is something else he does. But he's 65 now. But he taught me how to defend myself when I was a kid. But I've never really been a violent person. You know what I mean? I've only ever fought if I had to. I'm just like this big gentle giant. But it's just. What do you think the minimum height I could get away with? Minimum height I could get away with for face cutting, grain cutting board. What do you mean minimum? What, size wise, or the depth? What are we talking? The one I'm doing is about 2 inches thick. Do some sports for fun. I can't, mate. I've got heart failure. Otherwise I'd be hod carrying bricks around. Depth. I don't know. The thinnest I've done is about 1/2 inch, but that was seasoned wood. If it's not that well seasoned, I'd make it probably about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. It all depends. With me, it's all sort of like a bit of an experiment. It's I'm not really one who's made a lot of chopping boards, but it depends how big it is as well. but I normally make them out of a solid block of seasoned wood, so it don't really matter too much as long as you don't go too thin. I have got one up here that I made for camp when I go camping, which I haven't used, but I need to re-sand, I think, a bit of a. But I made that, and I didn't have a plane at the time. I've done it with a chisel, and I made that, and that's probably about 10 mil thick. Is that my missus messaging me? Table tennis, maybe. Yeah. Right, I've got to go because I need to go and meet the missus. I'll see you guys later.